Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nothing But Games podcast. My name is Matt. I'm your host.
Oh, we starting?
Yeah.
Okay.
The usual.
No, we're actually finishing.
Oh, good. So I can go home?
No.
Oh.
You're trapped here forever.
That's good. I'm okay with it.
Perfect.
You have a PS4, man.
I have a PS4, I have an Xbox One, and I'm learning how to cook.
Oh, you know what I bought?
What?
I bought external hard drive for my PS4.
You know what you didn't bring
I
me?
thought you already had one.
No, I had one for Xbox.
You know what you didn't bring me?
Oh, Uncharted The Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, Matt, you shouldn't be playing it without playing at least 4.
If you care at all about the story.
Honestly, I don't.
Then in that case, it's your funeral.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna give me all of the Uncharted. I'll play them all.
Didn't he already do that?
Yeah, he did. I played.
He had it for like a year.
Literally.
And he played like the first 3 chapters of 1.
Yeah, sounds about right.
For a year.
No, I'll play those. I will.
Okay. They're gonna leave a nice big hole in my PS4 collection, though.
It's okay.
I'm gonna give you one at a time.
Well, you give me 3 at a time because it's a collection.
My bad. I forgot about that.
Okay. The snapping was unnecessary.
What'd you say?
I'm seriously concerned that he has some sort of issue.
Like,
who, me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know that when you snap, it's not the sound of your fingers
Shut your
hitting
mouth.
each other? It's actually the sound of your palm. Your finger hitting your palm.
He's right.
You guys always do this to me. I say something really intelligent, and you turn around and they try and think you guys take credit for it. I'm tired of that shit.
Anyway, welcome. How's it going?
Anywho.
That was a great intro.
Yeah.
We kind of got a little off topic, but
That's okay.
Now we can end it here. Goodbye.
nothingbutgamespodcast at gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Have a nice night.
Think people listen to this at night? Assuming anyone listens?
Well, I mean, our voices are very soothing, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially yours, Mike.
Yep.
If you think it's like a very smooth voice, what maybe someone or some people are doing at night, just give them like a good message right now. Give them something that'll like help them with their night.
If you rule 34, Mike, you're a 6.
I wonder if you'd find anything.
We can make that happen.
Can you?
Yeah.
Get some artists.
Anyway, moving on. Welcome everybody.
I love that prolonged silence right there.
Episode 16.
16?
Yeah.
Damn. Good job, guys. High five. They both gave me a high
Last week
five.
was our quinceañera.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's our
15.
sweet 16.
Wait, when's bar mitzvah? Is that 12?
Isn't that like 14?
Fuck, we missed
Either
the
way,
first
we
one.
missed it. Damn it.
We missed it.
What about the bat mitzvah?
It's for the girl.
Oh.
He didn't know.
Isn't that
Sexist.
younger?
Matt's a racist.
I know. Sex is racist.
Okay.
That's not the
What?
word, but...
What?
What is happening? You have to bleep that?
No.
I'll bleep it now.
You guys suck.
And you
You
swallow.
You gotta give my comedic routine a chance.
Anyway, moving on. So, not really that much news this week. Just a whole bunch of stuff coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Madden and the Uncharted.
What's so funny, Mitch?
That's last week.
I think he just said something that I could have made a very
The
nice
Madden?
joke off of, but I didn't. You said everything was coming out this week, and
What do you
could have made a joke.
Yeah,
But I didn't.
You came
What
out
do you
this
think?
week, right?
Was it Joe?
Out of the closet?
What
Yeah.
was Mr. Madden's name? Was it Joe Madden? John Madden?
John Madden.
Someone saying Joe, someone saying John. I don't know.
I think it was Joshua.
It's John.
Mr. John Madden.
Wait.
Is he still alive?
Mike is a Patriots fan. You should know this.
It's John. But there's a Joe Madden in baseball. So I sometimes get them confused.
Is John Madden still alive?
I would hope so.
What about Babe Ruth?
Yes, he's also alive. You know where Babe Ruth was
Babe Ruth?
born? Baltimore.
I said when. And you said where. I don't know why that matters.
Because Baltimore. That's so random.
The Ravens. Home of the Ravens.
That's football.
Nothing but Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth was so good. Like, look at it. Go to Fangraphs and type in Babe Ruth. His numbers are amazing.
Nobody
He put
cares.
up 10 WAR every single season for in an era where people did not hit as well as he did. It was amazing.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm the host. Shut up.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
But Babe Ruth?
What came out this week? Madden. What else?
Life is Strange. Before the start.
Before
That came out
Bristol.
today. If you're listening to this on the day we recorded.
It's a Thursday.
Uncharted came out this week.
Was that Tuesday or wasn't that
No, it was
last week? That was last week.
Oh, good point.
The
My
22nd.
bad. My bad. My apologies. 22nd. Yes. My bad. My apologies. I think that's it.
This was the slower week, and then it starts really picking up as soon as you got Destiny coming out. You
Metroid.
Yeah.
September 15th.
And then the week after that is...
Forza?
No. The week after
that's
that
October.
will be NBA, and then the week after that is FIFA.
FIFA? I know you know this because
and then
Is there an NHL this year? I've seen like no ads.
there isn't.
there's an NHL this year. It died out super quick. Like for this year, there's absolutely no marketing. There's no deluxe edition in my system anyway.
I think they realize that they don't need to promote it anymore.
They don't.
It'll sell itself.
Yeah. But Marcus is right. I have not seen a single ad for NHL, and we're Canadian.
Canada.
Not seen Phil Kessel around.
Except for when he's drinking or eating hot dogs out of the cup.
It'd be real concerning if he was drinking the hot dogs.
Well, that's how they do it at hot dog contest. They dunk them in water and they basically drink them because they don't chew.
Demonstrate for me right now. We'll whip out the phone and then we'll get you a hot dog. Okay, moving on. Let's not just leave. Go.
I was reenacting how you'd eat a hot dog.
Nobody cares. Shut up.
He asked me to do
I
it.
don't care. I'm the host. You will not do that again.
Yes, sir.
Continue.
Christ.
This is like so.
I'm making an executive decision. Continue now.
Thank you.
Forever.
All right.
Never
So let's
stop.
Time for our weekly Overwatch segment.
God, of course it is. So there were some changes this week via like official
Major
changes.
changes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
God, we should film this.
Right?
Mike's mouth made like the weirdest sound, and it can't like his mouth made the weirdest shape that I don't think the human body is allowed to make.
You know what? Picture Jar Jar Binks. Not Jar Jar Binks. In Phantom Menace, the big fat one, like the king.
I try to forget those movies.
No.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
I'm sure you do.
I do.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of looks like a goat. Not a goat, a frog, a toad.
Yeah, actually, he's right. He makes that motion and sound.
Jabba the Hutt.
No.
Slippy Toad.
No. Almost.
Mike, if we were Star Fox, you'd be Slippy Toad.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I can accept that.
Good. You should.
As Matt quickly Googles
Matt,
it.
so we're just in silent now.
Yeah, because
So-
he's Googling it, and Google doesn't make any sound.
This guy.
Yeah, see that guy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does one of the like.
Looks like that secretary from Monsters Inc.
Yeah, the old lady. Mike Wazowski. Nice.
Rhubarb.
Aloysius
Oh my god, that's good.
making that mouth noise.
That's good. Oh my
Right?
god. You should do like voice reenactors. Man.
I really should. I should be a voice actor.
You should-
Watch out,
you
Troy
should.
Baker and Nolan North. I'm coming for your
You should do-
job.
I'm serious. You should do that. Like, get your shit out there.
I
Yeah,
should.
guys, you should listen to his 9-year-old kid who wants to play Minecraft.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
10-year-old
legally
kid.
not allowed to do that.
Did you get in trouble last time? What happened?
Tell us, Marcus. We won't tell.
Wait, are we talking about Overwatch again?
Oh my god, this is so off topic again. Matt, you gotta reel us in with that hook. It's
I'm
also
real-
September, everybody.
I'm-
Congratulations.
Reeling in the audience
Nice.
with comedic laughter
Right.
and such.
That's what I provide. That's why I'm here.
No. All right. Anyway,
Mike Wazowski.
That's fucking amazing.
Hurry up! Stop making me do this.
fine. You read the changes since you're Mr. Overwatch.
How about I read the changes? I'll do the
Overwatch.
mercy ones. You can do the Devo ones.
I don't know, just read them all. You got them. Mike,
Come on.
if you were going to be prepared, let's go. Let's
Okay.
go.
I can,
Next
So,
5
fine.
seconds.
Okay, I got
Mike
this
is
up.
Mike
Okay.
is going to do it this
So we'll
week.
start with Diva. So first of all, she has a whole new ability.
To be clear, this is only on the PTR right now.
Right
This
now,
isn't
yeah, of
in.
course.
The game has been updated though, since
I
summer
saw
games
that it came
ended.
out. But like this is obviously on PTR. But like every other thing, it starts on PTR and then it comes to console and stuff later. You know, season 6 started today. I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Diva. So she has a new ability, micro missiles. I haven't seen any gameplay of it yet, so I don't really know exactly how it works. But apparently, this says here, it fires a barrage of small rockets that detonate
Yeah,
an impact, dealing damage in a limited radius around each explosion. Okay.
Yeah, I saw some videos of people playing, and it's pretty much you would press whichever button it's tied to, and then all the rockets just go flying out. I think it's just in the direction you're facing. I don't think there's like an actual reticle for it, unless it just follows yours.
Okay. So it's kind of like Solar 76, kind of like that.
yeah,
So-
with like his helix
yeah,
rocket.
because he just fires that straight. You don't really aim it. And I don't remember, with her, did they get rid of an ability, or did they just add on?
No, they just added that.
Okay.
But
kind of like with Mercy. How
and then they nerfed some of her other stuff, which
yeah,
should
the
be listed
defense
there.
matrix. Yeah, it depletes twice as quickly, which makes sense.
They nerfed this. They nerfed this. Nerfed this? Because she has the line "nerf this," and she got nerfed having to explain these jokes.
I mean, that was funny, like the first time she was nerfed.
All right,
now it's not funny.
let's go.
But yeah, so yeah,
It would have been funny if you played Overwatch when it came out.
Anyways,
That would have been funny if I played Overwatch, period.
Matt, you played it
Anyways.
far before Mike and I had it.
I know.
All right, Mike, continue.
her defense matrix was very overpowered. It was very annoying,
it could-
especially if you're a Soldier 76 player, because you're just firing into her and she's just like standing there with it.
It could soak in like his ult. His
Yeah,
ultimate.
I mean, even as playing as Junkrat, I always hated it because you would throw your like what's it called, the
His
concussion
grenades
mine.
are
Yeah,
the
and
mines.
she would suck it up. You're like, where did it go? And
But now
it's
he's
gone.
got two.
Now he's got two. That's not live yet, is it?
Yeah, it
Still
is.
in CJ.
It
It's
was
live?
because the deathmatch came out live.
Right,
and
it came with that
so
update.
did
Okay,
that.
cool. I haven't played since then. And last thing for Diva, she also has it's called boosters. So her cannons she can fire while flying.
Yeah.
Flying. Which is I haven't seen it in action, but I'm sure that's very beneficial for
Yeah, you could do it with your defense matrix already, so now they're just allowing you to shoot too.
right. So you can have them both
While
at the same
she's
time?
boosting. Oh no, you can't have them at the same time, but you can.
One, okay,
Yeah.
one or the other. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so that's a Diva change. She's a weird character, you know. Like there's so many things going on with her at all times, especially that ult. I hate that ult.
Matt, you're leaning into the microphone.
Yeah, I hate you.
All right,
I hate me
Mike.
too. I hate me too.
I think these changes aren't like gonna really. They're not gonna like. They're not like game changing, or they're not really even that character changing as it is to Mercy. Like
Oh, yeah, it's
she's
not
got a
even
new
close.
ability, which is pretty big, but other than it's not like something. It's not like an Anna Sleep Dart or a Sombra hack that like adds an entirely different like mechanic.
Right.
It's just extra firepower. But read what Mercy got.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
because
speaking
I
of
don't play
Mercy-
Mercy ever. You do so.
So here's the thing with Mercy. Like the reason I don't know if you've seen the developer update that Jeff Kaplan was.
Jeff Kaplan from the Overwatch team
That guy, yeah, he explained why
Also known as Dad.
making changes you wouldn't believe.
taking out the long range beam. Anyways, so the reason why they changed Mercy is because everybody kind of like hid, you know, and then jumped in and res everybody.
Yeah, they want. It's like you hear like
Yeah.
go hide while everyone dies.
Yeah,
and then get the 5-man
Yeah,
resurrect.
I played Mercy a lot, and like I never said that. When I always say to people, I'd be like, "Go in, you know, like be aggressive, but don't die on purpose." You know, there's a difference between being aggressive and dying on purpose. Especially, I always liked it when I told people to waste other team's ult, like group together so
Yeah.
that they waste their ults, and then I'll res you, and then you get the ult. Anyways, that's not how I feel. Anyways, so Mercy, her resurrect. Now you can only use it on one person now,
Yeah, it's just
and it's an ability.
yeah,
it's not an
ability now.
ultimate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
That's
they
weird.
added it as I think it's right.
It's one of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's R1. So yeah, you can only do one at a time. And also, what they did was they changed the radius, so you have to be like really close to the person. It's 5 meters. It used to be 15.
I don't think you're invincible when you're doing it.
And you're
anymore.
not. Yeah, they also removed that, which I hate. I love that. I love that move. It was so good because you could just fly in and they couldn't hit you.
Yeah, but that's not what it's meant for anymore.
Right.
So
Now it's meant for like, okay, this guy's got his ult and he died. Okay, we need him for the fight. Bring him back up. And I don't know if you've seen the new ultimate for her.
oh wait, and it's what now? But it's like a 30-second recharge.
Yeah,
for
30-second recharge. And you can only do one at a time. And now I don't know if you've seen gameplay of it, but
Yeah.
you can see the character that died that you have the chance to resurrect. So if you like, you know, it used to be just a skull. Now it's actually the person's face. And her new ultimate ability is called Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. I always mess this up. Why are you rolling
It's
your
okay.
eyes?
You try.
I'm trying. Okay. So this is a really weird ultimate. Like, it's so dumb. You can literally fly in the air.
You become Super Mercy.
Yeah, you become Super Mercy. And you can, like, heal, like, 5 people at once if they're all near you. I think you double the healing.
It's pretty much like an Orisa, her supercharger, where
Yeah.
if people are like clumped together, Mercy will start like either healing or damage boosting everyone.
Yeah, everyone
like,
at the same time.
in a
Can I-
little clump.
Remember in Smash Brothers, where you'd get the Smash Ball as Sonic, and then Sonic would turn gold and start flying around?
Supersonic, yeah.
Yeah. So is it basically that, except you got five like beams coming out of you, and that's
Well,
about
you don't have the beams coming out of you.
like your
They're
staff.
out of your staff.
Or
Oh, here we go. Children.
but I think you only stick with your one beam still, and then it'll
Yeah.
it'll start going to people if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
clumped together.
And I think the biggest
Nice
part of
little
this
clump.
is that, like, the countdown for your res is reduced to 10 seconds, I think it is. when you're on it.
Yeah. So you could do. I think it's 20 seconds for the ultimate, isn't it?
Yeah, it's whole 20 seconds. So it's 2 reses if
And
you have.
if you do it like right before.
Yeah, because it resets your thing right away if you pop the alt. So
you
you
get,
res one guy, pop the alt, you'll have another one. You res another guy, and then 10 seconds later you have another res. So
you
it's
get
3 res
4,
in 10 seconds.
4 even when it's done.
Yeah,
too.
4 and 20 seconds you get, which is amazing. That's a huge. That changes Mercy from like a like they said before, hide and come in only when people need help to actual like in the fight. Mm-hmm. And they also, I don't know if you saw this, but like the when she's in her ultimate, it also helps her weapon as well. It does like a whole bunch more damage, and so they have to nerf that right away because people were literally going Mercy and actually killing everybody as Mercy ulted because it was too powerful. And then she got nano boosted by Anna, and it was even more, and she was literally unstoppable. It was amazing, but they nerfed that.
So the problem I see with this is we had pocket Mercies before. Ugh, never, ever you're gonna get a team player. Like you're gonna have one person sitting there and like I'm playing like a Genji or something, and you're just gonna sit there and follow me. And then when I die, you res me. I'll sit there for 30 seconds.
Well, I guess
your ult recharges.
If you're being dumb,
that's AIDS.
Honestly, it's really good to like avoid picks. I think that res ability, because if someone gets picked right off the top, you can just res them back in, and then you don't have to worry about that. I personally, as a Mercy main, having played like 50 hours of Mercy, I like the changes. I think it helps me as a Mercy player because it's the way I play. It's more of a in your face, don't worry about the res, worry about the res later kind of thing.
We'll see. Maybe it'll help me, or maybe it'll help me play Mercy more. We'll see. But because when they did this with Lucio, when they changed him and his healing radius, that made me.
Good job, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Good job. 10 out of 10.
That made me play Lucio a lot less than what I used to. I've pretty much just been playing a lot of Zenyatta now when it comes to healing.
Zenyatta's good.
Zenyatta's so
I think he's the
good,
second
man.
best healer.
I like it whenever I play some. I'm usually like either like sometimes gold, but a lot of times silver in eliminations. Just 'cause he's so good at killing people.
You can just like throw up one in, even like you don't kill people, but you often get a lot of damage in, especially if you discord first and then bam, bam, bam. Yeah, I play Zenyatta a lot too. He's my 3rd most played character.
Yeah, but changes at least they're
happening. Yeah. At least they're trying, right?
Yeah.
So we spent 20 minutes on that. No thanks.
I think that was maybe like 4 minutes on Overwatch, and the first 16 were like whatever it was we were talking about before.
Touche. Anyway, let's continue, shall we?
Shall we? We shall.
More news! Yay! The Wii U services, they're ending. So Miiverse, the Wii U chat, and Nintendo TV. They'll be ending on November 8th.
I think Nintendo TV was already shut down a while ago.
In North America, it was for like 2 years, I think.
Yeah, because literally nobody used it.
No.
Like, you probably did the same thing I did. Used it once and was like, this is terrible, and got out of there and never used it again.
What was it for?
It was pretty much a fancy remote for your TV.
Yeah, and the idea was you watch TV while like on social media and stuff, and posting stuff like, oh, watch this funny moment or whatever.
But of course it didn't work.
And
and even if it did, it's not like anybody would use it.
It was a pretty decent idea, but just it was implemented so bad.
I don't think it was a decent idea.
No, but people do that on Twitter all the time. Like watch a show and live tweet that. Too.
But that's when you have your phone in your hand, not like this giant Fisher-Price toy.
Basically. That's what I'm saying. If it was implemented better, it would have been a better idea. Like if it was on the Switch, I mean, it would be a better idea right now, and it worked well. Yeah. I don't know.
But that's that was like what, back in 2012 when we still haven't even had we didn't have the PS4, Xbox One at the time. So that was back when TV wasn't as TV's been dying a lot, like year over year, unless you like the things that stand out now are like the big things like Walking Dead and HBO. A lot of these things you're pretty much paying for with your HBO Go or your Netflix subscription. Like, and I remember in the Nintendo TV like presentations that they would have before the Wii U launched, it was more so like focusing on cable TV. So
yeah, like Modern Family. I remember there was one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was never going to go anywhere.
And then Miiverse is the big one because Miiverse is pretty cool. I have to admit, I like Miiverse.
I remember there would be a bunch of dogs headed everywhere, every community. It was pretty much like an Easter egg hunt.
Very nice. I never used it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Because you didn't see the people posting the real phallic photos on Miiverse.
No.
I'm surprised they didn't shut that down earlier, because I remember there was a swap photo or whatever that app was called on 3DS. As soon as one child got an inappropriate picture, that service was shut down for everyone.
Yeah. That was the biggest overreaction I've ever seen. Like, it's crazy.
Miiverse, it was
What are they doing about Splatoon 2 and how people keep saying that their dads beat them? You see those memes?
No, but you can. What is it? Just like a thing,
You know how
like
you
the
can-
Miiverse type posts in
Yeah.
Splatoon 2.
You know the bubbles over their heads?
Yeah.
So some people are walking up to other people and it's like they're sitting at a table and one says, "My dad beats me at night," and then the other one is, it's like, "Oh, I'm adopted" or something. It's just like
Actually, I
something
think
so
I think once a month Reggie actually goes into the mainframe and like extracts each of the posts. So by the end of the month, of September, those should all be gone.
then they just create new ones.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Yeah, it's okay.
Did you
Internet.
see? I saw an article somewhere of they list all the games that were affected by Miiverse closing, and like one game, I think it was Deus Ex. Like you can't get 100% completion in that game anymore because it had like a feature tied to Miiverse or something. I don't know if you heard of that.
The director's cut that was on
Yeah.
there, Human Revolution.
Yeah, so like you literally can't 100% complete the game anymore because Miiverse isn't.
I wonder what that does for the Smash Bros. Miiverse stage.
Yeah, so now it's just gonna be a blank skate stage. Like that's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
And even in Wind Waker HD, they had the Tingle Bottle things where you send
Yeah.
messages to Miiverse.
But
That's
these
gonna
are all
be gone.
things that like they don't break the game.
No,
They
obviously
just-
not.
Yeah.
But they detract
I mean,
from it.
those things like that, they can probably just put those on a loop, or you know what I mean. Like take
Yeah,
the
I think I
posts.
honestly think they're too lazy to do that. Like
Yeah.
they probably just leave it.
It's Nintendo. Let's
Exactly.
be real.
They gotta make them switch games.
Yeah, that they're coming out with like negative of, but it's fine.
What negative? Are you,
Clearly, Matt didn't see the list of like
He
all
didn't.
of all the Switch games.
that
See
were
that
announced
Nindies
on
presentation.
yesterday? I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
That was a
After.
great. Press.
When did that presentation happen? This week, last
Yesterday.
week,
Yeah,
right?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I did. I hopped onto Twitch and damn it, I dropped my phone again. I apologize, everybody. And I see that Nintendo just went live on Twitch, like just finished. I'm like, what the hell was that? Totally forgot about it and got distracted and left.
Didn't Twitch like break down yesterday too?
No,
Yeah, people weren't able to stream at all for like
Really?
it was like an hour or two. Yeah,
Oh,
Twitch was just like broken.
Damn.
All the streamers that I follow, like all three of them, are like, "Yep, Twitch is gone."
nice. It's fine. All right, moving on. Anyway, Marcus, how about you read this next story?
No, move on.
But Marcus, please.
Do we have to talk about GTA 5?
Let's see.
Yeah, that's why
It's
I'm making Marcus
a
do it.
5-year-old
Talking
game.
about
That's why I'm making Marcus do it.
4-year-old game.
That's why I'm making
Yeah,
Marcus do it.
My phone won't recognize my fingerprint.
Maybe because it's my fingerprint. Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, the new GTA Online expansion, Smuggler's Run, just came out or I think it just came out like yesterday or something. Oh, you have a question?
Yeah, is that a reference to the Star Wars?
Smuggler's Run, like the Smuggler's Bounty or whatever?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. Ask
okay.
Mike. He's our resident Star Wars expert.
Hey, Mike, is that a reference to the Star Wars?
Yes.
Perfect.
The
Thank you.
fourth one?
Oh.
The Return of the Last Jedi.
Continue.
But yeah, the Smuggler's Run DLC is pretty much all focused on like air combat. There's like a bunch of new planes and stuff. But the really interesting new thing is that there's a PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds type mode in it called Motor Wars, and people have been waiting now for a while since the explosion of PUBG. People were thinking, will there be a AAA developer or publisher to like actually put a game type like these in one of their games? And it's finally happening, like sooner than everyone would have thought with GTA 5. I don't know why Mike's just dying right now.
I don't know what you're laughing at.
I know why he's laughing, but I'm just going to ignore it.
I was really hoping you read it.
I did read it, but
It's not there.
but yeah, what do you think? Okay, I'll read the description of Motor Wars.
The old one, not the new one. That you
So it says, blending the adrenaline rush of Drop Zone with the claustrophobic tension of a match of Pendin. Those are both two GTA Online modes. This brutal adversary mode is a deadly scavenger hunt where second place is not an option. Up to 4 teams parachute into a periodically shrinking kill box strewn with a lethal assortment of guns, explosives, and weaponized vehicles. Work together, find a vehicle, and fight opposing teams and the shrinking map to survive and win.
You forgot a line.
Well, that's all I saw. And then, so that's pretty much describing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Basically.
Yeah. What do you think, though? Like, it doesn't really matter about it being GTA, because I'm just interested in the fact, like, are we going to see more of this in, like, fucking any other AAA game, like Division 2, whatever we have? Like,
So these battle arena type games have been absolutely blowing up recently.
yeah, because even, like, PUBG wasn't the first of its kind. You had
No, it's not.
Hizzy and Daisy.
Well, it was even before that. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many things that just exploded and people
But,
absolutely
like,
love it.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, for some reason, is, like, the one that blew up. So
it's because it was supposed to be what H1Z1 was supposed to be, and then something happened and developers left and made their
it's
own
caught on
studio.
like wildfire.
Yeah. So this is the thing that just because it's still an alpha, it's a lot better than a lot of other games out there already, even though it's still sitting in alpha, right? Vehicles, you got scopes, you got different attachments, guns, scopes, things like that going on for PUBG. While comparing it to H1, it's like there's an AK and an AR and a shotgun, and that's about it.
And I think it's like perfect for a game like GTA where you already have the mechanics of like a vehicle, like you have vehicle mechanics and a whole bunch of different types of weapons and an entire map, like a fucking huge open world map already built for you that a lot of people who are playing are already familiar with, because I'm pretty sure when you're playing PUBG you have probably play the game a couple times in order for you to like memorize key locations and everything.
It is the same big map over and over again. I mean,
they do have a new one coming though. So I think there's like one in where is it? It's in fucking Peru, I think.
That's
Chile?
weird because
Or is it Chile?
so a lot of people enjoy it sounds very weird, but for a game like that, you enjoy playing the same thing over and over and over again because you start learning tactical spots. You start learning how far you can look up a hill without exposing yourself. You start learning spawns. You start learning...
Sounds like Counter-Strike.
No. It's different than Counter-Strike.
Only nerds play Counter-Strike. That's the
Agreed.
thing, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, continue.
That's it. Anyway, you just pissed off a lot of people right there. All
Good.
of our -4 viewers.
Good nerds.
Wow.
Play a real game.
Like what?
Breath of the Wild.
Spider Solitaire.
No. It's all about that pinball. Remember, you did have that
space
space.
pinball.
Yeah, the space one. I love that game.
PC Game of the Year.
Yep.
Anyway,
2002.
yeah. I want to know. I want to see how that will affect the community. I want to see if there's going to be a big divide in what they play and whatnot. Right?
Between what, like the new GTA mode and...
No, I mean if they're coming out with another map.
Oh,
That's what I mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
the PUBG one.
I want to see how it affects people, right? Because, for example, right now they have one you can play during the day, where it's just during the day, it's clear, whatever. Then you have one that's it's in the rain, and it makes it very difficult because everything is raining. You can't see as well. You can't see as far.
Everything is raining.
Stop. Everything is it's difficult to see and experience and play on that map. That's why, right?
Yeah, I haven't played any PUBG because I don't play PC games, but
you're not
it
a
is
nerd?
coming to Xbox One later hopefully later this year still with the early or whatever they call it, the early access type thing.
Would you get it?
Maybe because it'll probably come to PS4 eventually because they've been so cagey about saying whether it's full on Xbox exclusive. It won't be. Spoiler alert, it
Realistically,
definitely
it won't be, yeah.
But they are having a lot of trouble developing it probably because it's the first time they've been developing like PlayerUnknown and the team or whatever have developed a console game, so who knows if it'll even come out in 2018 on PS4.
This game is very difficult to publish anyways. Yes, it's doing very well, but it's moving very, very, very quickly, right? I mean, it's the most played game on Steam right now. And it's $40, keep in mind. That's insane.
Yeah.
Considering you have a game like Dota 2 that's on Steam, which is free, right? That has averaged 13, 14 million players.
Counter-Strike free to play?
That's like $20. But then again, for a $20 game, realistically, people... Well, it's only $17. People, wouldn't care to spend another $17 on a game that they know they're going to clock a whole bunch of hours into.
Yeah.
But $40 for a game that's not even out yet, like officially, it's a lot of money. And the fact that it's doing as well as it is, it's...
But yeah, the thing is though with because they're not coming to console for a little while still, I think Rockstar pulled the perfect move of doing this now and getting in that audience who would like to play something like this, who are only console players. And like fucking tens of millions of people already own Grand Theft Auto 5 and are playing online like each and every day since fucking 2013.
Yeah.
So this
It's
will be
2017.
The only thing is that it's not like a PUBG. I think it's only like teams of 4. Yeah, it's only teams of 4. So it's
Teams of
probably
4.
like teams of 4 of what, like 3 or 4 players. So it's max probably 16 if it is 4 players.
Well, in PUBG, if we were to grab it on Xbox, for example, it could be myself, you, Mike.
Yeah.
We could do teams of 3, teams of 4, right? It does have that option.
But I'm just more excited to see that Rockstar is doing this, and if hopefully in like Red Dead Redemption 2 or even like GTA 6, what like a game that actually has this already built in mind what that could look like.
Yeah, exactly.
That, like if they could actually even reach a 100 player count, I think it'd be cool in Red Dead Redemption to have like a Wild West themed one.
That would be awesome.
Right, Mike?
Bad game.
Moving on, because Mike is going to piss off a whole bunch of people.
It's not a bad game. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, well, nobody cares about your opinion.
That's true. Except for me.
Yeah,
Actually,
well.
never mind. I take that back. I don't even care.
So Microsoft has discontinued producing the original Xbox One.
Not a surprise.
The big,
Sitting right next to the graveyard with Miiverse.
yeah, the big fat VCR. That's what I like calling it.
Wow, Miiverse lasted longer than the OG Xbox One. Damn.
I mean,
That's sad.
Yeah. We've seen this coming from a mile away with Xbox One S and X.
Yeah.
There's no reason to have 3 on the market. And the S is pretty much going to take the original one's place. Just like how the PS4 Slim will take the regular PS4
It doesn't
place.
make sense to have like an option to buy a $200 Xbox
And it's
when
probably-
they want you to buy the more
It
expensive.
was probably
one,
more
so-
expensive to make anyways because a lot of them were like bundled in with Kinect and that. So
yeah.
So yeah,
The,
it makes total sense.
Speaking of the Xbox One X, for the systems, the Xbox systems, absolute fastest systems to sell it on pre-orders, which was it's fantastic for them, especially right.
Well, those numbers could be a little biased. You don't know where they're like what they mean by that. They could mean in the first 15 minutes in North America. You know,
But
because they can still make that
I
claim.
think the
and
way
just
that
put
they
them
said
on-
is, well, I'm pretty sure all pre-orders have been like snagged. Like all the ones that they
right, but I mean, you
allocated.
don't know how much they had allocated, right? So like,
But here's the thing,
it's
Xbox
still good, but like,
they aren't making a whole lot of Xbox One X's. This is meant for like a specific audience, so
Yeah, that's
they,
what I mean,
They know
right?
who they're marketing it out to.
It
There'll probably
sounds
be
great,
like you'll
but-
probably see like stories about like shortages at first, but you'll probably end up seeing like a bit more like maybe like a month, 2 months after launch.
like the original Xbox One was like I remember there was a decent shortages when it first came out, but soon after that it expanded.
But I'm glad that they've accepted where they are in this race. They're not competing in it to win anymore. They're just bringing the best they can to their fans and people who own original Xboxes and whatnot already. People who want that upgrade from, for example, possibly the original Xbox One to the Xbox One X. They're saying, hey, pre-orders, bang, here you go. And then they want to see their number count. They want to see how many people are interested. They see that now it's sold out. We have a cap. We're going to bring out other stuff for other people, right? So
Yeah, and we'll see if this sticks to like, who knows, like, will we get an Xbox One 2, or will it just be like the iterative console cycle now with, because I believe it was like Phil Spencer said that they want to look more towards just like iterative console cycles, so we could potentially just be seeing like every 3 years you get a new Xbox console, and like the one on the bottom tier, like the S would be like the one to go next, and then when you have your iPhone situation, but who just knows where the hell that's going to put console games in the future, because they were so adamant about like no one gets left behind for games. But you'd think if they go the iterative route, they're going to have a cutoff point eventually, so there's going to be a point where these games are going to be able to run even on the Xbox One S.
They can do that like that same way the iPhone does, right? Because they have like eventually like they stop the iOS stopped supporting the older versions. Like I remember I had a 4S, like I think it was like iPhone 8, iOS 8. You couldn't support it anymore.
Even
so that's
if
the way to do
they're
it.
slow as fuck.
But I think it also depends on what like Sony's doing, because like if Sony comes out with a PS5,
Yeah,
right?
they've said
and then,
like I think they've said that they're not really looking towards iterative. They want to do like a PlayStation 5, and I think
or
they
you mean
will.
Sony?
Yeah.
Sony said that. I think exactly. And I think if they do a PS5, then Microsoft would be like, we need to have something.
I don't think it looks good having like a PlayStation 5 and then you're just sticking with the Xbox One name that you had from 2013.
Yeah, they do the Xbox One Y.
That doesn't have
right?
that doesn't have a good name attached to it, anyways. From like all these years still.
So that's why I think Xbox their path forward depends heavily on what Sony does. Because if they come up with a PS5, there's no way Xbox can say, "Hey, here's our Xbox One, whatever next letter is next." They can't do that.
I think they I think they do put like a new branding over it, but they'll continue to like march with like the backward. Wow, almost fucking just went through puberty again. They'll continue to go on with backwards compatibility, because in a sense it's kind of like you're still sticking with like the no one gets left behind while you're still like using your new stuff. But you're gonna have to in the future. You're gonna have to come to this cutoff point anyways. And I think when Sony does have their PS5, you'll probably see. I don't know if it'll be right away, but I think you'll still see a new Xbox type brand in the future.
I think they have to.
Let me ask a question here, just because this is an interesting topic. We know for a fact that Nintendo's already. We know for a fact that they're going to make another system. We can just by the way it's going. We had this discussion a few podcasts ago, so that's okay. Do you think that we will see a cutoff point for these Xboxes and PlayStations within the next 20 years? So, like, you're going to hit a certain point where they're going to say, fuck it, and stop producing new systems. They're just going to keep refreshing the same over. Like, they hit that point.
Yeah, I think, like Marcus said, I think Xbox wants to, or Microsoft wants to. But, like, I don't know if the console consumer base is really, like, meant for that.
I could see after the next one, they just, like, hit a wall, and video games are only going to get as good as the technology takes them, and I don't know how far. Like, a lot of the games that we're playing now, aside from just, like, fancy visuals and, like, sizes of maps, these are games that could have been played on 360 and PS3 in terms of, like, genres and everything. It's just as far as, like, specs go for fucking, like, PCs or whatever, you're never going to have, like, an analog between a PC and a console. But once we hit that wall of the games are as good as they're ever going to get, and if we make iterations every 2 or 3 years, it's just going to be like graphics and like small tweaks to make your system faster and whatnot, increase the processing power. That's what we're going to get. We're just going to keep getting iterations. We're not going to keep getting like PlayStations 5, 6, and 7. You'll just keep getting like PlayStation Pros and the X's and whatnot, just like under different names.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That makes sense because, like, it's true. Like the graphics, the way they've evolved, it's eventually going to start slowing down. Like you've seen it already. Like you look at from like 8-bit to 16-bit to 64-bit, and now look at like 360 text.
Like look at The Last of Us on PS3 compared to like what we have now. It's not that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Marcus is right. Once they get to a point where they can't really upgrade it any more significantly, that makes sense to charge $500 for the next console when really it's not that much different. I think that's the point we'll probably start evolving.
At this point in time, you're correct when it comes to how far technology can take us. For the average consumer, this is what a lot of people need to think about when they're buying, for example, 4K. 4K as of right now is not practical for majority of people, and this is why. So we live in a day and age where a lot of things need to be upgraded in order for you to enable 4K. Mm-hmm. So that's fine. I might, for example, have 150 download speed. That's cool because I have a new house. This house was built, 10 or so years ago. However, if you have somebody who's been living in a house for the last, 20, 30 years, you got to think the wiring in this house is different. It's slower. It uses different Ethernet cables. I think we're on like 7 or 8 for the Ethernet cables, and those ones might be like at 5 or 6. The point I'm trying to make is this all matters because when it comes down to how far technology can take us, that means you need to uproot a whole lot of things. You need to get rid of the old and need to bring in new again to start fresh, right? So the Xbox One X might support 4K, and then it might do, if you don't have 4K, cool, that's fine. That's not a problem because it's not practical. But if they come out with a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox One X 360, whatever the hell it's called, right? It's like they're going to try to push that boundary, but there might be a possibility that they push it too quickly, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a 4K TV at home?
No.
Do you have a 4K TV? No?
It's like HD though. Like eventually it's going to be everywhere, but it's a slow process to take over.
But right. Like the reason why it took, I think, a long time for 4K to overtake like 1080p is because the jump between 1080p and 4K isn't as big as it was between standard definition and high definition.
Yeah, same thing we were talking about before. Like the technology can only go so far.
But like
eventually it's going to hit a wall.
If you go into like any Best Buy or Walmart or whatever, you're pretty much only seeing 4K TVs now. Like we've come to the point where that's happened, but it's just it hasn't reached to the point yet where people are needing new TVs.
Yeah, I think at this point everybody's next TV is going to be a 4K TV, but not everybody needs a next TV right now, so they're not going to. But once like the whole cycle goes through and everybody gets a new TV, that's when everybody's going to have 4K.
A lot of people at work ask me, "Hey, when's the PlayStation 5 coming out?" Normally, they get the answer of how the hell am I supposed to know? Do I look like I work for Sony?
I thought like Sony was CEO was your dad or something.
Shuei Yoshida comes to every EB Games, and like Walmart's, and like
just tells them the secrets.
Yeah. Just my EB Games. He tells me specifically.
Your Sony rep doesn't tell you all this information.
They go into the janitor's closet in the back.
It's like, listen. He does that like stereotypical whisper. I'm like, oh, perfect. Yeah.
That's what they're talking.
It's
NAC 3 2019.
Our Lord and Savior.
Mike is right. I mean, He just dabbed. Oh my god! And he has his collar popped. Oh no!
Why is your collar popped? You
I don't know.
weird,
I did it
boy.
subconsciously.
Okay. Anyway,
Get us back on track, man.
it's the whole thing of like Mike is completely right when it comes down to it. Right? Not everybody needs a 4K TV right now. People ask me, oh, when's the PlayStation 5 coming out? When's the new Xbox coming out? This and that, blah blah blah. Should I buy one now? Should I wait a year? Yeah, I always tell them you got to pick. You got to pick your time frame. You got to just go with it because you're gonna buy this damn system and it's gonna be outdated anyway. That's the way technology.
I always
works.
hear people say that, like, "Oh, should I wait?" It's like just do it.
it.
Like, who cares? Even if, like, I remember when I got my phone, like a couple months later, they announced the next iPhone. It's like, okay, whatever. Who cares? I don't care. I'm fine with this one.
Yeah.
People need to remember, like, just be happy with what you got.
When everybody in my room right here, I got a 1080p TV. Mm-hmm. I got a 1080p monitor.
Mm-hmm. Is that a Banks? Or what brand is that?
Samsung, and I don't know what that is. Brand from China.
Still Shiba.
That?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it is.
It starts with an H.
Oh.
Hair?
Oh, yeah,
HP.
Yeah.
Anyway. Regardless.
Hewlett and...
Hewlett Packard, not Hewart.
When it becomes standard and cheap enough, right? If I can walk into a Canada Computers and spend... Like, for example, that's a 40-inch TV.
Worst reference ever for people to relate to.
No one's going to relate to that.
When I can...
Just say Best Buy, man.
When I can walk into any electronic shop, I can walk into...
Hortons.
Yeah. And they'll know what I mean. If I can walk in and spend $300 on a 4K TV, right? That's standard, right? It's like whatever. That's what I paid for that. If I can walk into... no, screw you guys. If I can walk into a Canada Computers and buy a 4K monitor for...
if I can walk into a future shop.
For those,
that'll just be me walking into like a construction site.
For those of you who don't know, future shop just... Alright, anyway.
Didn't Best Buy buy them out?
They were already owned, like they were partnered up.
Oh, really?
It was the sister company, and then they went to shit.
Well, yeah, because who used Future Shop, man?
A lot of people.
I prefer Pass Shop.
Anyway, when it becomes the standard, then we will see our new systems. Then we will see the things that are pushing even those to the limit, right? Mm-hmm. That's when we're going to see them. So give it 3-4 years, maybe. When 4K becomes standard in every household, then we're going to see things like 5-6K coming on already, right? We're already starting to see things like that. It's just like, I don't know. That's... We got to wait for it, right?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Definitely. See, sometimes I speak things that are good.
And our last bit of news here.
Yep.
Matt is pulling up currently on his phone. He's having a little trouble because his phone is shit.
So currently trying, but my phone is giving me a lot of issues. Marcus, if you want to pull us through.
We're talking about them Nindies?
Yeah.
Mike, you really need to tone down.
I apologize.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave early.
Okay.
Okay, so we had the Nintendo Nindies showcase on, we were saying Wednesday, and I pretty much just got a roundup here. You guys said both of you didn't watch it, right?
I did not. I followed it. I followed the news, but I didn't watch it.
I just got a bunch of games here, and I'll just list them out, and then I'll probably stop for a couple of them. And
I may interrupt you every once in a while. So.
All right, you better get my permission first.
Nah, start.
All right, so hold on, Mike. You messed up with the stuff, so. Let me just fix some of this.
No!
Okay.
He fixed it again.
All right.
I'll start. The first one was Super Meat Boy Forever.
Super Meat Boy Forever, which shocked me right off the
bat.
Because it was a brand new Super Meat Boy. We had the announcement a couple weeks back of Super Meat Boy being on Switch, but for them to show off a new Meat Boy game, it's fucking insane.
That was amazing.
You guys probably didn't play Meat Boy, did you?
I didn't. I always wanted to, though, because I never had a PS3.
It's hard as hell, so if you play it on Switch, don't be a baby. Yeah, it's one of the hardest games I've ever played. But then after that, we got Shovel Knight King of Cards coming next year. And Super Meat Boy was also coming next year. Pretty much everything here. Nothing. I think only one game might have had an actual release date, which was SteamWorld Dig 2 later on. But
most of them are 2018.
Yeah, there was late or early 2018 or late 2017. So Shovel Knight King of Cards, which is the last story expansion to Shovel Knight with King Knight.
Yeah, that's on my list.
I've still yet to play the Spectre Knight one. I don't know if I should go back to the Wii U and play it or just buy Shovel Knight again on Switch.
It's probably worth it. Just buy it again. Play it on Switch over Wii U.
After that, we have Mom Hid My Game.
I can't believe that's on Switch. I cannot believe that's on Switch.
Mom Hid My Game.
Yeah. What? Have you heard of that game?
No.
I downloaded it and played it, and that is the stupidest.
What, on your phone? Is it a phone
it's
game?
a phone game. It was free. It's the stupidest, most hilarious game I've ever played. But like, I can't believe it's on Switch. It's mind-boggling to me.
Give us your hot takes on Mom Hid My Game. Give us your official review.
The guy literally hid. I think it was a 3DS. The mom hid.
Yeah, that's
and
what it
you
looked
have to look in the environment and try and find this thing. It's the stupidest game I've ever played, but it's hilarious.
The photo or like the video that they showed, the trailer that they showed, it was just like looked like a blue background with like a sofa and a TV, and then you just had to choose one and figure out which one.
Yeah, those are the. I played it a while ago. It was so.
There are already a bunch of like mobile ports coming onto Switch,
which is like it's amazing, but also like
yeah. Well, this is what this is going to be. Just give it a year, and it's going to be.
I saw someone on Twitter.
It'll be the PlayStation Store and fucking Xbox Store, how they are right now.
Someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, it's a more relevant Vita."
Yeah,
which is
because
like
the
totally
Vita
accurate.
the Vita did have a lot of mobile ports, and this is what it's going to be. After Mom Hid My Game, we had Golf Story, which I'm so fucking hyped for. Golf Story.
Golf Story. Is it?
Do you play golf in this game?
It's a golf RPG.
But like, can I play with friends or no?
I don't think so. I think it's just single player. It's just an RPG, like a classic, almost like 16-bit style RPG, but it's about golf.
Do you play golf though? Because I don't like games.
There's like mini golf, regular golf. I think disc golf. This trailer, it's probably the best game, and it comes out in September.
Does it come this year?
Yes, September.
This year?
Yeah.
I'm actually buying this game. I don't care.
So am I.
I'm buying this game. Imagine you can play together.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it will be, just because it looks almost like Earthbound, where it's just
that's what I was getting right away.
Golf Story, that's the game I'm most excited for here. After we had Floor Kids. Floor Kids was another interesting one. It had like the art style almost looked like graffiti in a way. It was pretty much these like breakdancing children, and the gameplay kind of looks like you're just a kid pulling off some sick breakdancing moves, and it kind of looks like
Criminal Dig is a game that like everybody I've seen who's talked about, they always say they like it. So it's not on my list of games to get to if I ever get a chance.
Every time I've seen it, it looks like something I never want to play.
Really?
It does not look interesting to me at all.
I think it looks pretty decently interesting. It's just me.
Mulaka was a weird one. You played as like a weird leopard print man, and then you were just fighting people.
And now I want to watch this presentation just to see all these.
YOLO and the Celestial. No, it was Yono. Was it Yono? I think it was Yono.
I didn't change it.
You changed it. It was
no,
Yono.
I didn't change it. So it wasn't me.
I think it was Yono. It was Yono and the Celestial.
Let me fact check it. Hold
Yono and the Celestial Elephants. Regardless, you play as an elephant in like an adventure game, and this one looked pretty cool too. He plays a real big elephant boy. Gonna wait for Matt to look this up. I remember there was Tembo, the badass elephant.
Yeah, it's Yono. You're right.
Yeah, it was Yono.
Mike changed it.
I didn't change it.
So Mike changed it. Then we had Dragon Marked for Death, which was the developers from who was it? Blaster Master Zero and fucking Mighty Gunvolt. I can't remember their name, but they're making this now, which looks pretty cool. Are you looking up the developer?
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Inti Creates,
yeah. That looks really cool. Then Battle Chef Brigade, which is like an RPG / match 3 puzzle game where you're cooking.
I'm actually buying that game as well. No, you don't understand. Funny. I'm buying this game.
Morphe's Law, which is a third-person online shooter where you pretty much you're in 2 teams, and whenever you shoot the other person, it's not even like you're shooting bullets. It's weird. You shoot them and their body parts shrink and yours grow. And then in the background of the arena, you have 2 giant avatars, one like giant red guy and then a giant blue guy. And the more that you shoot your enemies, the bigger your avatar grows. And then at the end, that's how big your avatar gets. Wow. And it looks cool. It's an online shooter, so we'll see that. Then we have Sausage Sports Club, which Mike just calls Friday. And then we have Light Fingers. Which Mike just calls Tuesday. 9 Parchments, which
I'm laughing because of how Mike wrote it down.
Yeah.
And I saw it.
Travis Strikes Again, which is set into No More Heroes, which was a popular Wii game back in the day from Suda51. Guy who did Killer 7, Lollipop Chainsaw. And people are really confused about this game because No More Heroes is pretty much about a guy who's pretty much he's like a weeb. He's a weeaboo.
He's a weeaboo? Yeah. He has a waifu?
Shut up. He's just like obsessed with games and whatnot. And in the trailer, one of the guys that he was fighting, I think it was him that he was playing. It's Travis Touchdown, who's the character of No More Heroes. He was playing like Hotline Miami, and people are thinking that in this game you're playing inside like 6 different indie games, and you're pretty much like trying to battle your way out. So who knows? Like people are saying you're inside Hotline Miami maybe, and then maybe 5 other indie games. So we'll see how this one turns out. Who knows if it's an actual No More Heroes game?
We shall.
But there you go.
So yeah, this is how my reaction to you saying there's no games coming to Switch.
I didn't know. Now I know. Just like the viewers.
Wow, they're all so smart.
I don't know what they're watching. They're not viewers. They're listeners.
Listeners, viewers, it's fine.
Come on, Matt. Come on, Mitchie.
Anyways,
Mitchell.
Mike Elysium. Gonna play that Sausage Sports Club.
That hurts.
so real quick before we end off, have you played anything interesting this week?
Dude, I've been playing so many games this week.
Like,
So we can start off with the game that we both played.
Breath of the Wild.
No, you haven't
haven't
played Breath
started
of the Wild.
that yet.
You're a dumb boy.
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Oh,
I
wait.
finally
Did you finish it yet?
Well, Uncharted Lost Legacy. Oh yeah, I beat it.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to platinuming it. I'm on my second playthrough, the crushing difficulty.
Oh, you're even bothering with that? I didn't even
Yeah.
bother.
Oh,
I saw.
It's pretty achievable.
Yeah, it's achievable, but like it's also a lot of work. And I had other
'Cause
games to
here's
play.
the thing: is that once you beat the game, you get the bonuses, so you can go through and they don't affect the playthrough. And since it's a pretty short game, I've been playing with like auto aim on, and you can unlock like a bunch of weapons from like the options menu. You just go into your bonuses, and you can like equip yourself with an RPG and whatnot. So I've just been like killing people instantly, so it goes by pretty fast.
That's kind of cheating.
Yeah, but it's for that sweet plot.
That's true. Yeah, so I really liked Uncharted Lost Legacy. I thought it was
so
really
did
good.
Matt never played it. Matt's never played an Uncharted.
I have.
2 hours.
Chloe
of
was
it.
a surprisingly like interesting character. Like I was actually
I liked Chloe.
more interested in her than I thought I would be.
I did not like Nadine from
Yeah.
Uncharted 4. I felt like she was useless.
Even
there.
in Lost Legacy,
Like in Lost Legacy, I warmed up to her a bit, like near the end. Like she was definitely more likable because she's kind of annoying throughout the entire thing. Like until like there's a pretty big thing that happens like halfway through, and then she'll start to like warm up on me a bit.
I wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah.
I know why she's warmed up to you, but
Yeah.
to me, I don't know. I like Chloe way better.
Yeah, so do I. Chloe was pretty much the Nathan Drake of this game, where
Yeah.
she was like the throwing out the one-liners. She was doing like
some of her lines are pretty funny.
like fucking like quick remarks and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it was I was watching the kind of funny review to it, and Tim Geddes from there, he described it as like a middle of an Uncharted game, and I find that like to be so perfect. It pretty much, because it doesn't start off with like the big. Like the start of an Uncharted
slow
game,
build, it just starts right away.
like,
Yeah.
Not like Uncharted 2 where you're like fucking hanging from a train,
Yeah.
or Uncharted 4 where it's pretty much where you're in just like where they have the whole flashback sequence, or you're in Nathan Drake's house. There's no like slow build from there, or you're starting off with a bang. It's pretty much just like you start off dead even in the center, and then it just starts to rise up from there.
Yeah.
And then near the end, it doesn't have like it has a big it hasn't, because spoilers, it's an Uncharted game, it has a big set piece ending, but I wouldn't say it's as big as like even Uncharted 2 or 3, and that ending is something that we've already seen in an Uncharted game.
I was gonna say, like, I was kind of disappointed in that because
Yeah.
like it wasn't really something new. It was kind of something they rehashed.
but still,
it was still fun. Like, don't get me
it's still
wrong, it was really
Uncharted,
fun.
and it's like better, like fucking way better than like most of the stuff that'll come out this
For
year.
sure, it was
anyways.
great, but at the same time, it was kind of like I've seen
Yeah,
this
the
before,
puzzles. I feel like the puzzles were definitely more creative here than I've probably seen in Uncharted.
I
game.
don't know if you don't remember the horse one where you had to like take the things from one side
yeah,
and move them over. I love that puzzle.
I was an idiot
great.
for about like 5 minutes of that, just saying like, why can't yeah. But there's this one that's like a shadow puzzle, and that took me a good like maybe 20 minutes. I was just
really
sitting,
like
an
that puzzle too.
asshole, just like I hated that thing.
Really?
That one was probably like the fucking
No, it didn't take that long.
yeah. But I think like the big thing that stands out from this game, other than like going into spoilers, is the big open world section with Chapter 4. What did you think of it?
I liked it, but I didn't love it.
'Cause
Like
it was-
I prefer the linear aspect of Uncharted because I feel like it's better when you know where you're going. In
It was
Uncharted.
pretty much like how in Uncharted 4 you had the Madagascar section, where it's not really that much of an open world. It's like an open area, but you're still pretty much just going like in a linear path.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you're pretty much like backtracking, going through different sections. I really like that, and I think it'd be cool if we ever get like, we're probably not getting Uncharted for a while, but maybe if we see in The Last of Us Part 2 or any other future Naughty Dog game where we can get like an open area like that, that's like, because Naughty Dog games are like super polished, so having that open area section where everything is like meant to happen when you get there, like there's a bunch of like scripted events, but it doesn't feel like they're scripted because you're going to them in like different orders, because in that area there's like a certain collectible that's only in that area. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got all of them.
Yeah, so it's the first time like in an Uncharted where you get all these collectibles in a section and you unlock a certain item that will like stick with you through the rest of the game. It's completely optional. Some people that I saw online didn't even get this item, and it just helps you throughout the game with like getting collectibles and whatnot. And I thought it was really cool. Because even the puzzles they're not that difficult and they're not that easy to figure out. It's just like
to get the tokens. You mean? Yeah, they are pretty easy.
The tokens.
To go back to the open world, like I liked it as a break from the linear aspects, but I preferred if they did the more like linear. Because I felt the best parts in that game were like going through the two. God, remember those two that waterfall in between with the other two?
Yeah,
you were climbing up there. Like I love that part. That was my favorite part of the game. And I think they should do more of that and like just use the open worldness to kind of like break it. Because in this game, that part was like right at the beginning. It was like the second or third
the
chapter.
fourth chapter was
I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I'd rather them like space it out a little better.
But it is like it's like $40 in America, but like $50 game here. It's meant to be a side story. Like people, you know what it is when you're going into it. I feel like it'd be cool if we got this in maybe Last of Us Part 2. We could, if we got like 1 or 2 big open worlds, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, especially in the way The Last of Us is. I'd love that too. Yeah.
But my favorite part of the game, I can't really say because I just don't want to spoil it. But yeah, I would say this is one of my favorite games of the year for sure.
Yeah,
if
me
not,
too.
maybe it. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely in the top 5 for sure.
Nice. Okay.
Another game I've been playing, Life is Strange, which I know you guys probably don't care, but
BTS behind the scenes or before
the storm. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
What do you think? I've still yet to play Life is Strange 1.
It's obviously there's a different character.
You don't play as the main. You don't play as that Chloe girl.
No, you play as Chloe. In the first game, you play as Max.
Oh, I thought it was that Chloe girl.
And this one plays Chloe, and it's kind of weird because it's a prequel, right? So you know what happens to the characters. You just don't know how they get there. So it's kind of like a weird feeling, saying, "Oh, I know what's going to happen now," but like I don't know how it happens.
It's like you're Anakin.
Nice.
I don't know that reference, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I don't know if you know, but in Life is Strange, the first one, they had a time travel mechanic where that's how you play, that's how you interact with stuff. And this time they remove that, and instead there's like this like I don't know how to explain it. There's like arguing kind of mode.
Arguing
literally,
mode, nice.
You start bickering.
You play as a married couple.
You start bickering with everybody, and like you win if you like bicker best. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I suck at explaining stuff, but yeah, it's really weird. It's not too bad, but like it's the story is still there, right? That's the main story, and I'm really into the story already. I finished the first episode already, and like I'm like it's probably gonna be 2 months till I get the next one.
Is it on par with the first, with the Life is Strange just by itself, with the Don't Nod version?
As far as like build and quality, yeah, I'd say so. And the story is just as interesting, maybe a little less interesting because I like Max as a character way better than I like Chloe as a character, and you'll see why.
Because I'm wondering if when Batman Arkham Origins came out, people were very pissy that it wasn't Rocksteady making it and that it was, I believe, WB Montreal. Yeah. And I feel like if nobody mentioned that game wasn't a Rocksteady game, they wouldn't have really they wouldn't have called attention to it. I wonder if this would happen with the same thing, but I don't see people complaining that it's a different developer.
No, it's fine. Like you can barely tell. Like it all really matters about the story and how it builds up. So it's way too early to say just one episode. There's 2 episodes left, right? If ask me in 2 episodes, and I'll tell you if I think that they handled it well. As well as Don't Nod did.
Okay.
I played... Oh, are you playing more?
I've played more.
I'll play more. Go, tell me what you've been playing, boy.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I
finally
started it. I'm already 35 hours in.
You really like it?
I love that game, man. Like, it's so good. I can't believe I waited this long to play it.
Where are you?
I haven't really been doing the main quest a lot. I already unlocked the entire map.
Well, the thing is, I wanted to just whenever I play a game, I like to go through the main shit and then do side quests. But for that one, you really have to do the side quest in order to. I got
distracted so much. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go to this main quest, and I'll start going there, and then I'll get distracted each way because I'll run into other side quests. And I love that game so much. I really like the combat, but the one thing I don't like about the game is fighting the Glidhawks. I don't know if you remember this.
The flying ones, yeah. I like those ones. Those ones are pretty easy.
No,
here's my tip. Get the item. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a wind blaster, and it just shoots it helps shoot components.
The tear blaster. Yeah, I have it.
It shoots components off of them, and it is the best item in the game.
I've never even tried to use it against
It's so good. That's like one of the thing is for those, you use the rope caster, tie them to the ground, and then when they come down, you just shoot those, and then they're really easy. But the problem with
using that is you can't shoot them with the ropecaster while they're flying. It doesn't hit.
I think. Well, if they're close enough, you should be able to.
Yeah, but usually I just wait till they slam down.
Aren't they usually weak to ice? I believe ice or
lightning.
Yeah,
that's what I do. I usually shoot them with tear arrows on the chest, and then that eventually freezes. And then I go in, and then I tie them down, and then I start shooting off all the components, and then I go in with the.
The combat in that game is really fun.
Right, that's the best part of the game.
When I finished playing, I felt like I had enough of it and didn't really feel like going back. But now that time has passed and I've been thinking about it, I'm like, maybe I will end up getting the DLC when it comes out.
I think at this point I definitely will too, because I'm loving this game, and I'm sitting here right now. And I'm wishing
the story is really freaking. The story's really
I just got to the part where I just saved that the commander's sister. Do you remember that
yeah.
part?
Oh, so you're really early on, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, like, I literally haven't done any main quests.
The guy with the weird facial hair.
Yeah, with the little
the
sides.
mutton chops and whatnot. Yeah.
And I don't know if, like, there's a part in the game where they're like, oh, there's the girl who's like, oh, it looks like her. Do you remember that part?
Yeah, yes.
And then she's like, okay, go to this end of the map to see who it is. Do you remember that part? I still haven't done that mission yet.
Okay.
That's how early, because I got so distracted by side quests. Like, that mission is like level 12. They recommend being level, I'm like level 39.
Jeez.
Like, that's how far it is. That's how good this game is. Like, I don't want to do those missions. I want to just, like, free roam. And I highly recommend you get this game, Matt. Like, I don't know if you've been listening to what I've been saying.
I've been listening.
It's so good. Like,
I'll get it.
It's competing with Breath of the Wild in my head.
I'll get it.
That's how good it is.
Don't worry,
really
I have a whole stack of PlayStation games that I need to get. I just don't have that much money.
I don't know how you guys are with games, but usually it takes me a while to warm up to games. Like, I'll play the games in the first, like, 3 hours. Like, okay, this is fun. Like, I don't know.
Which is weird because you like the fucking Life is Strange. And it's like you.
Yeah, but that's an exception. But, like, Horizon Zero Dawn, like, once I became adult Aloy, like,
Aloy.
Young Aloy was done.
Michael Aloy.
Once you got to the older one, like, the game just took off right away. Like, I was immediately hooked. Like, it didn't take.
I like how
any
you just
time at all.
spoiled the beginning too.
Okay, everybody knows you started as a
No,
child.
you don't.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Okay, it doesn't change anything.
Whatever.
God,
It really comes back in a big way.
you spoiled it for me.
No.
Can't be. I really liking that game. Yeah, I'm already 70% completion though.
Jeez.
Even though I'm like so early in the main quest. 'Cause I've
Are
done
you
all
getting
of
like collectibles too? It's
Yeah.
an easy platinum. I platinumed it.
Yeah,
so.
I'm planning on platinum too. I'm like paying attention. But the problem is, like, I've done all the non-hidden trophy ones, and I don't want to press hidden trophies because, like, I'm afraid they might. Be,
I feel like they were story.
spoilers.
I'm pretty sure.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I don't want to look yet. So I might have to complete the main story and then go back and get the ones that I missed because I don't want to look at what they are and risk spoiling myself. Yeah. So hopefully I'll keep playing that because that's what I'm really into right now.
I was playing Injustice 2. I got a lot of trophies in there. That game would be a game I would like to platinum, but the thing is, it's just got so much bullshit with, like, because you know how it has that, like, gear system, Matt, where you unlock mother boxes, which are like loot boxes to unlock abilities.
The RNG sucks.
There's this one tied to Catwoman where you get an ability for her called, like, I can't even remember what it's called, but
Cat Punch.
Sure, and you get this ability, but it's like has such an incredibly low drop rate, and with the fucking like thousands of items that are probably in that game, like I'm never gonna fucking get that, and I just don't want to put time into it.
Yeah,
but if that was fixed, I'd definitely go back and platinum.
Do you have to get that to get a trophy?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. So,
that sucks.
But the game is like super fun. It's one of my favorite games of the year, especially with the story and just like how polished it is. I said this last week. I just love how it's NetherRealm, but it's not like Mortal Kombat where it's super slow to pull off moves. It's like nice and fast, and there's a bunch of different characters with different playstyles. Like playing as Blue Beetle. Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Supergirl and Wonder Woman. Mike, they got Wonder Woman movie gear. I've got my Wonder Woman dressed in the movie gear. Mike, you love Wonder Woman.
I remember we played that game, Matt, me and you, and I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah,
I don't like fighting games in general.
I want to maybe get the DLC, but it's still kind of expensive, like $7 a character, or like $50 if you just want like all of them. Smash was like I'm pretty sure it was like around $7, but you got it like on Wii U and 3DS, and you usually got a stage. So there was a lot more than that. That was fun, and I was telling you before, I was having this fucking like weird ass shit where I was thinking of the game when I was like getting ready to go to bed, and I was like thinking of the game, and I was just thinking of like different scenarios, and my thumb would start like fucking doing the combos on the controller as if I was like holding it and like pressing the D-pad.
I find that hilarious, man.
I'm like, this is what addiction feels like.
Like you're so used to playing like that, that you're literally doing it without even thinking about it. That's amazing.
But other than that, I played Tales from the Borderlands finally, and
so you played on good job.
Well, it's a Telltale game, so it's a guaranteed plat. Mike, did you get it for free on PS Plus?
Tales from the Borderlands?
Yeah, it was free a couple months, or like even last month, I think.
I don't remember.
Oh, if you didn't get it. Because I don't like Borderlands, but because I played Borderlands 2, was not a fan of it at all, just don't like the gameplay. But the world is really cool, and I like the characters. They're like really funny. And Tales from the Borderlands, you don't really need Borderlands knowledge, but holy shit, out of the Telltale games I've played, that like the Chapter 5 of that game has probably one of the best twist endings I've seen in like anything.
That's weird. That was the one that they're going to cut off, right?
Yeah, like I believe it's the Gearbox title wasn't that successful for them, but it's just so good.
Because I don't think Borderlands is as big of a franchise.
Well,
as like
Borderlands
Borderlands
is big, but I'm pretty sure the Borderlands audience doesn't want an adventure game; they want their first-person shooter.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't. That's kind of a weird fit.
But I don't like Borderlands like games, but I like the world and everything. And trust me, you should play it. Because Mike, you like adventure games, and you just gotta
like I
play
said
Telltale.
before, like I'm interested in Telltale games. It's just once I play one, I guarantee I'll just like start playing them all because I'll probably really like it. It's just getting inside the door. It's the
You
part.
should have it though if you got the free games. For PS
I don't
Plus
remember.
last month,
I might have
or 2
seen
months
it
ago,
and just been
whenever.
like, meh, and not downloaded it. That reminds me. You know what I bought a couple days ago? It was on sale for $5 on the PSN store, and I could not resist.
What?
Darksiders 2.
Oh yeah,
It was sick. It was like $5 or
those
$6, and I'm like, okay, I gotta buy it.
played Darksiders before. Wasn't that big of a fan.
I played the first one too, and I wasn't a big fan either. But like everybody said, it's so much like Zelda that I gotta give the second one a try eventually too. So we'll definitely try that eventually.
Matt, what did you play? I'm gonna guess Dead Rising 4.
Counter-Strike.
No, actually, this week has been very dry for video games. I've been busy traveling.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Did you bring that Switch?
I did. So I did play a lot of Zelda.
How about Sonic? Did you play more Sonic?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, just a little bit here and there. But my main focus has been Zelda, honestly.
You mean the greatest game of all time?
Sure. Yeah, I've been doing just the side quests and stuff, and I got all the Divine Beasts now and whatever. So I mean, just that stuff.
It's a great game.
Yeah. Other than that,
I really recommend everybody play it.
I don't know if I should start it after I Platinum Lost Legacy or if I should just go on to something else. School's going to start soon and whatnot, so I'm like, maybe I'll just never play it.
Yeah, that's a good
Maybe
idea.
I'll save it for a rainy day.
You'll be that one guy who's never played Breath of the Wild. When there's going to be a group of people who's like, oh, have you played Zelda? And I'm like, yeah, I love that game. Mark's like, I've never played it. And everyone's like, oh, you freaking nerd. That's what they're going to say.
It's like, 5 hours? I'll probably get in a night.
Not even.
yeah, that's it.
Lost Legacy, though, while it was short, it was like worth it. I don't know why that popped in my head, but I'm just saying. Because like Horizon, I'm already like 4 times what I put into Uncharted. But like, I don't know.
It's difficult this week. On the weekend I was traveling. Went to New York. This weekend again, I'm also away. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play that many games
That's what
either.
Switch was made for. So.
Right? So I mean, I'll be killing Zelda again, but
You kill her?
yeah.
Spoiler.
Wow.
You weren't supposed to tell Marcus.
Shut up. Anyway, yeah, I'll be playing Zelda again or whatnot, but unfortunately, I won't be able to get too much gaming in this weekend.
Honestly, now's a pretty good time to not have any time to play, because unless you're like going through backlog, which like I am with Horizon, like if you're not, then
I have a whole bunch of stuff to do. So,
yeah.
like games wise.
Oh, and before we move on, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Fire Emblem Warriors got a release date.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Oh, yeah, it's like 3 days before Mario or something.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, Nintendo, what are you doing? Like, if this game came out at the end of September, early October, I would have had a full month to play it. I would have bought it day one. Now I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to buy it day one because I'm kind of a little more excited for Odyssey.
Yeah, I feel like you had like ARMS come out and like Nintendo, like the first party Nintendo games have all come out like in their own month.
Yeah,
and I feel like if they had done it with this, people would have like, because the Switch has such a good attach rate for games so far, and
it's going to get buried for sure. And it's just like, why are you guys?
The
doing
hardcore
this,
will buy it, but
Fire Emblem Warriors coming out October 20th. You got 7 days.
Yeah.
To beat the shit out of
and
this game.
that's a freaking long game. It's like I put in 180 hours in Hyrule Warriors, so like that's a long game to play. I think it's a huge mistake by them. I think it's a huge mistake.
well, at least it's not a regular Fire Emblem.
That's true, but at the same time, like Hyrule Warriors did really well, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that are Fire Emblem fans that really want to see it as well. I don't know. I just think that if they should have put it a little earlier or a little later, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
It shouldn't be around.
Right?
Mario.
As me, like because there's Fire Emblem Warriors on 20th, then there's Odyssey on the 27th, and there's Origins on the 27th as well.
There's what?
Origins,
Assassin's
Creed Origins, and
Wolfenstein.
then even for Wolfenstein 2, if you're like, I'm not gonna get that day one, so for me it doesn't matter. But if someone does matter, then
They
it's
should have just taken the Xenoblade spot because that's never coming out, and just put Fire Emblem there.
They're pretty persistent. It's coming out this year, you know. They keep saying it is, and until it comes out, I won't believe it though. Yeah, so that's what's been happening.
Yeah, Zelda Wii U 2014.
Thank you.
That was the thing. It's supposed to come out in 2014. Whoops.
Anyway, we're all out of time.
Oh, we keep going over, guys. We're
How long has
we're
it been?
talking a bunch. An hour 12.
Oh wow!
Thank you guys so much for listening. I very much appreciate it. We very much appreciate it. Tune in next week around the same time. Marcus usually uploads that, which is
Whenever.
You get to hear me talk about how much I love Horizon again.
Yeah,
That was a great game. I love that game. Man, you should have told me to play that.
All right.
He always said it was one of the greatest games, but he never had the enthusiasm
us.
that sold it to me. That combat is so good, man.
Mike Wazowski.
Like usually I'm not a
Playing
fan of
that
elemental
Horizon.
like base gameplay, but in Horizon's case, they do it so well.
Let me go home.
Sorry, I just can't stop thinking this.
Thank you so much. Email us at nothingbutgamespodcast@gmail.com.
Tell me how much you love Horizon.
Take care. Bye bye.